Is anybody watching YouTube, by the way? So you can see if it goes live?
No idea. It says live on YouTube now.
Okay. So should we start?
Heck yeah.
All right, let's do it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Brad. I'm at Crackers Comedy Club working this week, so it looks a little weird. And I'd like to welcome everybody because today is the day that we have all been praying for, when our King Donnie comes triumphantly back to stop Sleepy Joe and his evil minions from wrecking the true MAGA plan. So happy April 1st. Let's start the show.
In a cabin going crazy cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. Please be quiet, except for laughing. Come on, we've been a Zoom meeting civilization for 9 months. You know the drill. Just be polite, okay? We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our strange quarantined world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hey everyone, it's time for the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Keith Ellis.
live from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Sorry, I was below decks there. Sorry. Hi, everybody. How is everyone? Hello.
Jim Dandy.
Great.
Jim Dandy. Good to see everybody. I'm Brad Tassell. This is the Virtual Comedy Show for the first time streaming on YouTube. We have a great guest, Keith Ellis, a guy I worked with in Mishawaka, and he knocked my socks off. So today I'm expecting much less, but just because that's how this show works. So Keith, how are you, Keith, by the way?
I am fantastic, man. Good to see you again, Brad.
Good to see you again, too. I would like to work with you more. So if you could just get me work, that'd be great.
Come on out to Arizona.
Hey, call me. I would feature for you any day you want. So that would be great.
Man.
So, okay.
We could go headline somewhere. Yeah. Jump on a cruise
That'd be
ship.
great. So you book it, I'm in. So anyway, so now that that's over, I have written some jokes and we're going to do them. And then we're going to have a show. And I'd like to say, come to Crackers Comedy Club if you're in Indianapolis, because they do great shows here. And I'm working with our guest last week, Taylor Mason, who was on stage having a great show. And the MC this week's name is Griffin, and he was fantastic. So, okay, here we go. The first joke, take one. So Kansas City meteorologist Elena Lee has apologized after giving a shout out to a cat with a little black mustache named Kittler on the air. Who has heard of this? People already laughing. It was during the Catterday feature in her weather report. The cat's name was Kittler, and she said it. She also said that the cat looks like Charlie Chaplin, not connecting the name Kittler at all to the Hitler mustache that the cat had. Oh, my God. Now, the station did promise to be more careful when choosing a feline for the show, and all will be forgiven when next week they profile little Meow-Tse tongue. Okay, so now that the fun joke is out of the way, let's go deep. Little Nas X, everybody's favorite Little Nas X, horrified and incensed evangelical Christians and right-wing Fox worshipers in a new video where he dies, goes to hell, dances with, and then kills the devil. Everyone is weighing in with their opinion. And finally, the statement everyone's been waiting for, and that is, I want to thank all of those who despise this video, and I'm honored with the support of every evangelical Christian and Trump loyalist. I could never do what I do without you. Signed, Satan. Because I thought killing Satan would be a good thing.
Apparently not.
Nope. Apparently not. They didn't like the memes. By the way, Madonna also released a statement. Can I dance with Black Jesus now?
Oh, no.
There you go. Huh? Huh? 9 more jokes about this, by the way. Here we go. And by the way, Nike is saying we didn't just do it. and is distancing itself from Nas X and an art collective you may not have heard of called Mischief. After now, did you see this? Steve, did you see this? They reconfigured 666 pair of Nike Air Max 97s shoes with a pentagram, and they're dyed with human blood, and they call them Satan shoes. Nike is suing Mischief for copyright infringement and has said that they will make it up to the public. What they're going to do is they're going to have 10,000 children work around the clock for $3 an hour to make Jesus sneakers. Those shoes are much worse than child labor, slave labor. Okay. By the way, this is interesting. Nike, see, it's going to be a little harder. Everybody thinks this is an open and shut case for Nike, but Nike had no problem when the same company, Mischief, did sell modified Nikes with holy water in them that they called Jesus shoes. That's a true thing. But there is no word on the status of the Lorax limited edition by Converse that are made from rainforest wood. Rainforest? Rainforest. Rainforest. I said rainforest.
You get G. Gordon Liddy in there somewhere. I think it would be perfect.
Oh man, I threw away the G. Gordon Liddy joke. Oh man, I wrote a G. Gordon Liddy joke and I didn't like it, and I don't know where it is. And
that's never stopped you before.
That's true. G. Gordon Liddy's dead, everybody. In honor of G. Gordon, I broke into some place and stole some stuff. Okay, that was terrible. By the way, now the last joke in this little series, and a judge today, this happened today, ruled that Mischief must stop fulfilling orders for the $1,080 Satan shoes that they sold. They have to stop filling the orders. The shoes are now $10,000. Because that's the best way to stop something, is to try to stop it. Okay. Page 5. By the way, is everybody doing okay? Y'all okay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. So President Biden unveiled his $3 trillion infrastructure bill to fix crumbling bridges, roads, public transit, and dams. And it is supported by the American Society of Civil Engineers as sorely needed. Now, Republicans disagree because their plan of another $3 trillion in tax cut for billionaires means they get to fly in private planes, so who cares? That was a light joke. I enjoyed that one, but it was light. You know what? G. Gordon Liddy should have appeared. And G. Gordon Liddy died. By the way, if you remember, G. Gordon Liddy used to have calendars called Stacked and Packed. Try to sell that calendar today. It was women in bikinis holding rifles.
Wow.
Every year he would do a new one. I know. Hey, by the way, Joe Biden singled out Amazon as a company that uses loopholes to pay zero federal taxes. And he wants to raise the corporate tax rate to 28%, which ironically is what I pay. I don't know about the rest of you, 28%. Amazon fired back, by the way, saying that they started paying some federal tax in 2019 with the money they found in Jeff Bezos's couch. That's all they pay. They don't pay much. Okay, well, we started good, but now we're falling apart. Let's see.
I bet Jeff Bezos' couch has quite a bit of cash in it.
Keith looks like he's watching a lecture. I don't know. This could be. He's got his hand on his going. Okay, I'm rescinding the let's work together order that I put in. I think that invoice is invalid at this point now.
No,
you know I don't do this kind of stuff on the road.
No, you're good. You're good.
By the way, hey, this is amazing. Some presidents finish their terms and go on corporate speaking tours. Others throw themselves into charity work. Trump is doing weddings. That's nice to see Trump doing weddings. If you spend $200,000 on a wedding at Mar-a-Lago, the former president will come in and do a toast to himself. For $300,000, he will actually recognize that the couple exists. So that's nice. And for $400,000, after an hour, the Secret Service will distract him with a laser pointer so you can cut the cake. That was cute, wasn't it? All right. I've only got 2 more. It's a light week, is what I call it, a light week. And then, Steve, are you ready? You ready to go?
I'm as ready as I've ever been.
Oh, great. So, by the way, Republicans, oddly, in only states that seem to have voted against Trump, are putting up bills to severely restrict voting, even though a large majority of the nation wants it to be easier to vote. Their statement, yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
You don't get it? They don't want. Whatever a majority of people want, they definitely don't want. Okay. This last one, I'm not too happy about, but we're going to do it anyway. So I wasn't happy about that one now. I was happy about it before. So, okay, here we go. I have to stop looking at Keith because it's making me sad. Okay, so the look on his face, the disappointment. My dad, when I got out of college and went into comedy, it was the look my dad had.
I don't think Keith is disappointed at all. This is exactly what he expected.
I was going to say, he knew this was the level that it was going to be. He went and watched some. Okay, so right, brand spanking in the news. Representative Matt Gaetz from Florida is under investigation for sex trafficking a 17-year-old girl.
Ew.
Reporters spoke to Gaetz during a visit to a local high school trolling for girlfriends. And he said he is the victim. By the way, he has said he is the victim of organized criminal extortion by a former member of the Department of Justice looking for $25 million and his secret with the ladies. What he fails to mention is that it was Trump's Department of Justice that was doing this investigation, which, by the way, and this incenses Gaetz, because if Trump wanted dating advice, he could just ask.
Yeah, man.
Do we like it when I'm this close? Do we like it when my face is this big?
Sure.
When I'm not all over the... Sure, what the hell? Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic show, and as always, it starts now. So let's. I'm going to go and push a button, and I'm going to go talk to you, and I'm going to bring up, you know who, you love him, you can't live without him, and let's talk to Steve Goodie.
Hi, everybody. How about it for Brad Tassell and his face? That was fantastic. Good job, Brad. It's time for a top 10 list. As you know, if you've been watching this show, and why wouldn't you? We've been picking up where Letterman left off 6 years ago, doing top 10 lists every night because, you know, Fallon and Colbert are in their underwear in their garages. So we're trying to bring some class back to showbiz. And tonight, our top 10 list, wow, as if ripped from the headlines from, you know, just a little over a week ago. Top 10 ways to release a container ship blocking the Suez Canal, according to Facebook. Now, a lot of times I just tell you top 10 things generally, but Facebook has been so helpful. I don't know if you know this, but every time something happens, everybody on Facebook becomes an expert on that thing. So these are the top 10 Facebook suggestions on how to release a container ship blocking the Suez Canal. Number 10, unplug it and plug it back in again.
Works for
Sounds reasonable. Why not? Number 9, have Sully fly it into the Hudson. Number 8, give it Tucker Carlson's job. That didn't make any sense to me either. I just thought it was funny. These are the top 10 ways to release a container ship, according to Facebook. Number 7, bring it some water, unless it's in line to vote in Georgia. Oh, come on. That deserves a little more. No, it's fine.
All right.
If you hated that one, you'll really enjoy this one. Number 6, give it an unregistered assault rifle and it'll move freely through a Tennessee Walmart. Number 5, uncover something racist the blockage said in 1978. Blockage canceled.
Yeah.
That's pretty similar to one I did a couple weeks ago, but I thought it was fun, so I did it again.
Yeah. That's okay.
Number 4, it's not stuck. It's in Facebook jail. Just wait a week. These are top 10 ways to release an enormous container ship, according to Facebook. Number 3, fat shame it into losing 500,000 or 600,000 tons. Number 2, have G. Gordon Liddy busted out of there. Oops.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
And the number one way to release a container ship blocking the Suez Canal, according to Facebook, give it a vaccination so Bill Gates can reprogram its DNA and make it float on mud.
Yay! Mud floating. Mud floating. I like your shirt.
Thanks.
It is nice.
Thank you for mentioning it. Yes, this thing is 90% polyurethane and 10% Skittles for Easter.
Yeah, it is a tasty fire waiting to happen.
I will go
Taste
up in
the
any moment.
rainbow. Taste the rainbow, then burn it up. That's what I say. So, well, that was beautiful. That was Steve Goodie doing funny stuff. I think that's great. By the way, man, I'm glad the ship was released from that canal. But enough about my IBS.
Oh, man. That was unnecessary.
Lauren, I did that. Yeah, I was saying, Lauren, I did that just before bringing you up. That was nice. Wasn't it?
Thank you.
Thank you. I know. Ladies and gentlemen, she is, as she said, she is our Jewish mother. And she is also one of the funniest and best songwriters and parody artists in the world. Let's hear it for Lauren Mayer, everybody. Yay!
Such a nice boy, Brad, and I'll thank you properly one of these days. I don't know how, but thank you. That was lovely. So for those who don't know me, I do songs every week based on the news, but every now and then I feel like I need to wash my brain out with soap because I've been paying too much attention to politics. Everybody was telling me, oh, after the election, you're not going to have anything to write about. Ha ha. There's plenty, but I'm going to take a break and write about and do a song about something not all of you can relate to. I think I'm the oldest one on the bill today, and we're all maybe coping with our COVID-15 or 19 or however many pounds we put on. And then it just gets harder as you get older. So are you guys all ready to rock and roll?
Rock and roll!
Woo! Here we go. Here we go. You hear that? Here we go. Oh, I know I'm not 18, but gee, I'm not a geezer yet. Watch my weight, sort of stay up to date, enjoy the compliments I get. But it's hard to wear the latest clothes when my chest is headed for my toes. Gravity, oh, I try, but I can't fight it. Gravity, it's bringing me down. I can see how I'm dragging, things are sagging. Gravity, it's pulling me down. Here's my air guitar. It's hard to do on a Zoom screen. Every day I find new telltale signs, and there's nothing I can do. Like now when I go wave bye-bye, my upper arms are waving too. And in the mirror I just saw what looks like Marlon Brando's jaw. Gravity, oh, I try, but I can't fight it. Gravity, it gets me down. I can't see how I'm dragging, things are sagging. Gravity, it's pulling me down. I know in time I'll wind up raggedy. It feels like I'm defining gravity as everything heads south. That's for the musical theater nerds. But I can wear my favorite outfits thanks to an underwear bra and a pair of Spanx. Gravity, oh, I try, but I can't fight it. Gravity, it gets me down. I can see how I'm dragging, things are sagging. Gravity, it's pulling me down. Gravity, gravity. Everybody sing along. Oh, I try.
Oh, I try
can't,
to
but just say
talk
gravity.
about it.
Gravity. It gets me down. This part's my solo. I can't see how I'm dragging. Things are sagging. Gravity, it's pulling me down. It's pulling me down. It's pulling me down.
Oh,
Wonderful.
come on. Oh, that was brilliant. That was.
Now you know why
my
there
God.
are more middle-aged Jewish mother rockers.
No,
You
that
did
was
real
rocking
good.
out.
I wish there was
That
still
was
a Muppet show. I would love to see you do it with the Muppets. That would
I
be.
was
I would
Good.
love to see that.
explain what gravity is.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's hear it. Come on.
You need to get out more. That's the greatest thing.
No, that was so wonderful. That was just beautiful. Thank you. That was so great. And you know what? You look great. Some people are dealing with their, COVID-15 or whatever, 19, but it's not, my wife has it much worse. She's dealing with her COVID 165. So that's horrible. Horrible. By the way, that's funny. So that leads me to say, by the way, everybody, that this is the point when you give us money. So Lauren needs money for that song, and that song deserves $1,000. So if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook later when it goes back up, or if you're watching this right now, go to virtualcomedyshow.com, click donate to the comedians, and we split all the money we get, unless it's like $5 between the comics, because they feel bad if it's like $5. They're like, yeah, don't give me $1, thanks. But when you give us half your annual salary, we do a lot better, and we hand it out to the comics, and it helps us all keep doing this show. So great, we're going to do that. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are rocking and rolling. I'm so happy to bring on this next guy. This next guy is, I worked with him in Mishawaka. We did a gig together, and he walked on stage and destroyed from moment one. And what's amazing is, and we're pretty clean here, but he was just clean and hilarious, and the energy and everything he said was beautiful. And when I walked on stage, I'd forgotten I was on the show. When they brought me up, they were like, I said, folks, because rarely in a comedy show do I get so wrapped up in the show that I forget that I'm part of it. And it took me a couple minutes to remember my act. So, well, let's stop talking and bring him up. Ladies and gentlemen, it is in Arizona. It is Keith Ellis, everybody. Obviously sitting in a... You're waiting for a dentist appointment or something. Where are you?
Well, you didn't tell them about your opening at that show, though, right? Mike covered.
No, you can. If you want to tell them, you can tell them about the opening.
No, the opening, we had discussed it for about 5 minutes. He was going to go on stage, and the mics now, they have a cover on it. They have the cover on this mic was black. So he goes up, he's like, I'm going to change that cover out and put another cover on. I was like, okay, that's cool. So he goes on stage and he's like, I'm changing this cover, not because of COVID. I'm just changing this cover because Keith is black. And, and he fell out on the stage. Yes. But,
let's be clear. I asked you if that was okay before I.
Yeah, I was suggesting it, but you laid on the stage from laughing so hard, the whole audience just cracked up. I was like, perfect. It's like, see, we got to laugh at ourselves. That's why I would love to do the road with you, man. I would love to do the road with you because I have an idea, and I always have this. I have a website called blackmapquest.com. and with that, you put your race in, it lets you know where you should go and where you shouldn't go. So if I'm driving, and let's say we want to go to Scottsdale, I have to have at least 2 white people with me before I go. But if you want to go to the south side where the black people are, it'll tell you not after 5 p.m. because I'm trying to keep you alive. That's all I'm saying. See, I'm PC. No, I'm not. I'm correct, but I'm not PC. So I'm going to say some things. And, hopefully everybody doesn't get offended by what I'm going to say. Because even back in the days, you guys remember playing Farmville when you had the little Farmville and everybody had the little animals? I played Farmville for 2 weeks and I couldn't get it because people were like, Keith, your animal are dying. Keith, your crop are dying. I didn't know what I was doing. So I just left the game alone for about a week. And I was like, I'm going to try it again. So I go back in the next week And I get on, and it's like all these white people were like, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend. And I was like, all right, cool. But I wasn't paying attention until somebody says, hey, Keith, help me pick cotton. I'm like, whoa, bleep, 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 bleep. I didn't see that coming. So I've created a Harriet Tubman Facebook because I'm trying to help some other people escape. Working together in there. Yeah. So, and I like the fact, everybody's smiling and laughing because it's like I always look at my audience, and I love the fact that everybody has teeth, which is good because I do shows in South Carolina. Well, you crack jokes in the South, you don't get you just don't get that same effect. So you have to be careful, because I know there's a moment where I was in South Carolina doing the show. After the show, like the next day, I go to a store. There's a guy at the store that was at the show that night, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and we're watching each other. But then I look in his hand, and he's got like sunflower seeds, and he's looking at me again, and I'm looking at him thinking, I'm not going to help him chew those seeds. Have you ever seen a guy with no teeth chew seeds? He doesn't. He just kind of massages the seed, suck all the salt off, put it back in the bag, and then they become saltless seeds. So I only wanted to put that in your head so you can think about where are saltless seeds made at, and then South Carolina. Just so you'll know. Just trying to keep everybody. And with COVID's been crazy. And I know everybody's got their own kind of remedies. And blacks have remedies, whites have remedies, Asians, Mexicans. We all have our own remedies. But I asked this question, and this is a true question, and it happens. What did your family rub on you when you got sick or congested as a kid, or when you did it, you have kids? What did you rub on your kids?
Vicks.
Yes. I agree. That's what I hear. I asked that question in South Carolina. A guy yells out, lotion. There's a problem with that. We need to call at least Child Protective Services. Something's going on there, but that's besides the point. This is what my mother still does till this day. She's 91 years old. She rubs kerosene on us. Till this day. I know my brother's on here somewhere. She actually gets a little baby jar, puts kerosene in it, heats it in a little pot of water, comes in the room and rubs it all over me and my brother's chest. We don't trip. There's no problem with that. Then she would take a spoon and put sugar in the spoon and then drops the kerosene, and we would ingest that.
Oh.
My dad would sometimes walk in the room smoking like they not sick, and we would be like, no. Like, don't you know we flammable right now, Dad? We're flammable. Don't come in the room. I told my brother one night, I said, hey, man, I think Mom trying to kill us. But, mothers have that hearing. I don't know where she was at. But the next night, she put candles by all the windows in the house. So I told my brother, you go first. Just so you guys know, we don't smell like chicken when we on fire. Now,
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And the thing is, she started doing this when we were 9 years old, and we were white. I had to wait for that. She's not allowed to fly because she considered transporting. But I do give it up to the troops because I've done shows over in Germany and in some areas over there. So I give it up for our military troops, for all those who are in the anti action or the vets. I want to give you props. But being over in Germany, I was asked to go over there because I did clean comedy. So I was over there for 31 days in Ansbach in Bavaria and Czech Republic. And I had a translator by the name of Radka. Now, Radka, she's Czech Republic. And she's my interpreter. So we would go from village to village to village, which was cool. There's not a lot of Black people in Germany. We didn't see really any. Yeah. But as we got to one village, she noticed a Black guy coming out of the village. I saw it at the same time, but she hits me and she's like, Keith. And she points at him and she looks at me and says, do you know him? And I'm looking at her like, are you serious? So, as me and the Black guy are passing one another, we had that little conversation because Black people have a universal language. He looked at me, I looked at him. In our eyes, we had that little conversation. Click, click, click. You're not a hostage, right? No. Click, click, click. Here's my phone number. Click, click, click. 7 seconds. We bypass each other in 7 seconds. Whole conversation. Nobody saw it. We go inside the village. We're in the village for like 4 hours, just walking around, doing our thing, just checking out everything. And as we decide to leave, we're leaving the village. the same area as we're coming out, that same black guy is going right back in, which made me think there's somebody standing there and they're saying, one's leaving, let the other one back in.
Oh, God.
We can't have two of them in the same place at the same time. So I'm just saying. And then there's this thing. I went to Costco to do a corporate show. So they let me walk around Costco for a couple hours. I never saw this before. I'm in the pharmacy, and I noticed in the pharmacy, I saw this, which was really weird. I've never seen a 40 pack of condoms. A 40 pack for $12.95. That's not even a funny pack. That's not even the funny part. When you read the box actually said family pack. Family. Who's going home to their family? Here's some for you, son. Here's some for you, daughter. Sometimes your mom's tripping. Here's a few for her. Who's getting a 40 pack, a family pack of condoms? I've never seen anything like that before. And I do travel a lot, and sometimes I'm on the freeway, and I've always seen weird things on the freeway. You guys ever noticed like smart cars do not belong on the freeway? It just doesn't. I saw a smart car hauling on it. It was a smart car going down the freeway. And I was like, I want to see this. If I ever see a smart car on the freeway again, I want to see a minivan pull up next to it and just slide the door open and just reach out and grab it. You don't belong out there. This is the cars. Okay, you shouldn't be out there with these little cars. And I did a show in Dallas. I thought I saw a smart car with tinted windows until the black guy got out. Is it too soon? So no, because it's okay. Because after that show, a white guy actually approached me. He says, "I didn't think that joke was funny about the black guy in the smart car. What if the guy was white?" And I said, "Well, what if it was nighttime? I would have been like, hey, you left your dome light on." But wait, he gets a little smart with that. He's like, "What if the guy was Mexican?" And I laughed at him. I said, "Because you know he stole that car." Now, I'm gonna take you down every avenue that doesn't go anywhere. And I did see this though. I mean, like everybody likes certain TV programs, and like I don't like the show Cops, but I do like the show Alaska State Trooper. I love that show. And the reason why I like Alaska State Trooper, you never see black people getting arrested on Alaska State Trooper because it's too cold. Because just like in Chicago, crime drops when it's cold. Just letting you know. I saw this on Alaska State Trooper. I actually saw an actual black state trooper chase a guy down. He got the guy to pull over. And then he gets on the intercom and he's like, "Driver, bring me your license and registration." And I'm looking like, is he serious? And he gets back on the intercom. "Driver, bring me your license and registration." Guy gets out the car and brings him back. He lets down the window, grabs the paper. "Ooh, it's cold out there. Go ahead and just sit back in your car. I'll run this information." But I figured, how would it go if he pulled over another black guy? It would go something like this. It'd be like, "Driver, bring me your license and registration." And the black guy's like, roll down the window, because it's not electric. Roll down that window. He just screams out, "I'm not getting out." And he just back on it. "Driver, I will call the white state troopers. You know they don't have a problem getting out." Okay. Hey, guys. But it's like, there's always something that's going on that's crazy out here. And even with COVID, right? With it's the show that we did out there, there's a way that I test the audience now. What I would do when I test the audience, I go and I just walk around as close to the edge of the stage as I can because they're sitting there. And then I'll just step back and I'll watch everybody if they make a face. Because what I'm doing is I fart as I walk around. If they make a face, I know that they don't have COVID because they can smell it. If you see that one person that's not making a face, it's like they have COVID, and that's the part I'm going to stay away from on that stage. Just some of my scientific ways of noticing things. How I do things. Yeah, see, so this is just some of the things, like those things. You ever had that air freshener in your house that goes off when people walk in? Just goes off in the room when you walk in. You ever have somebody come up your house that smells so bad they walk in the room and it's like, like, hey, I don't have a refill. You're gonna have to leave. just saying. I'm like, is that my time yet? Is it my time?
Hey,
Like,
sure. Is that your time? Okay,
Yeah, yes.
Keith,
That's my time.
Keith,
Yes, thank you.
Keith Ellis. Come on, everybody.
Thank you, Brad.
That was fantastic
Thank
and
you, guys.
adorable. You look beautiful. God, that was wonderful. Thank you.
I
Keep
appreciate you
going
guys.
while I
Thank you.
place the spotlight.
Thank you.
So that was adorable. And I tell you that what I love about Keith is we should work together because there's not one thing in your act I could say and not get in trouble. It's Ruth Ann, everybody.
Ruth Ann.
Everybody say hi to Ruth. She can't hear you, but she
Brad,
is kissing behind you. So.
I love your comment. I love
Patty's right there.
There you go again.
Hey, Brad, I love all your callbacks.
Ruth Ann is dipping into the drinks.
I was noticing that. Yeah.
Yes, Keith.
Oh no, I was gonna say I enjoyed your callbacks that night. That was your callbacks.
Oh yeah, we did a callback because I had a guy pull me over one time to that, and I just said, yeah, I could never do anything you do. We were perfect for each other on the road. I was also going to say that when I was in Germany working, I was doing shows in Germany, and they gave me a smart car. So I'm on the Autobahn smart car. And I've never been so afraid in my life. People were going by me at 170, 180 miles an hour. And I to this day, those pants I had to throw away. So that was great. So, okay. So
one more thing.
Right, so I forgot what we were doing. Yeah.
I was just saying, I did the Autobahn. I did 160 on the Autobahn. That was the best time I didn't feel like I was being chased by cops. I was happy. I was doing 160. Wow. I was like, wow, really? Yes.
Were you in a smart car? Were you driving an overblown roller skate?
I was doing.
It was
a
BMW.
Doing 58. I was doing 58 on the Autobahn.
They are so polite though. When they pass you, they just flash the lights and you move out of the way. You just get back going.
Oh, so nice. That is really great. Although to be sad, Steve, I'm looking at you. You look funny. What's going on? You look weird.
That's just how I look.
Okay. So, okay. Well, I no more stories from me. We're just gonna move on because we have to look at her, everybody, because she got her first haircut in a year. Is that Patty? Is that true?
Since November of 2019.
Wow.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a Patty melt for everybody, it's Patti Vasquez. Wow. That is great.
Yep. I donated shampoo ads today. What was that?
You should do a shampoo ad. Your hair is so glossy, it's shiny.
Thank you.
It's got body and it's manageable.
Yeah.
I'll just do my Patty melt just doing this the whole time. I have donated 10 inches of hair today to an organization that makes wigs for children. They're out of Michigan called Children with Hair Loss. They help kids who have burn injuries and are dealing with cancer or have alopecia. To give you an idea of how fast my hair grows. So these are my bangs. My bangs were here at the pandemic's beginning, and this is how long it's grown since.
Wow.
So it's
wow.
hard to, So I figure I'm basically now just a hair farm, and that's fine. I've done this twice in the last 3 years, donated 10 inches, which sounds weird and not that kind of show. Anyway, if you're not aware, today was opening day at Wrigley, and traditionally, yes, it's the beginning of the baseball season, but really time has no meaning. So I didn't celebrate the way I usually do, which is drunk at a bar somewhere near the park. I can't afford tickets because it's become that expensive. However, I did have a lot of friends that showed up. Now, if you're not familiar with the weather in Chicago, you might know that even though it's April 1st and we had 65-degree weather over the weekend, it was a little chilly, and I saw my friends dressing like this today.
Oh, wow.
That is by the way, that's not just a jacket. That's actually a snowsuit that he's wearing to go to Wrigley.
Oh my gosh.
It was 36 degrees today. And if you've never been to Wrigley, it is like a wind tunnel where the cold just swirls around and it basically destroys your soul from the outside in. And I had many friends that went, here you go. This looks festive. Isn't that how you want to spend your day at Wrigley? Is I mean, that seems like an excited fan. I'm sorry, the camera here isn't.
Is that what I look like, Brad?
Yes.
Thing is, if you're from Chicago, you can't really. We like to talk about the weather. We wear in weather like this when it's 40 degrees out. We will wear flip-flops and scarves when it is 40 degrees out. If it's sunny out, we are taking it. We have icicles on our daffodils, and we don't care. Because can't live here and be surprised. And yet every year we do, when it snows for the first time, everyone's like, oh, I had no idea what this is like. It's so slippery. I asked my mother, who is from Mexico, why she chose Chicago. She moved here when she was 34 years old, which means that she was of an age where she was rational. And here's the thing, she came here in June when it was lovely. And by that point, by the time it got cold, she was already with my dad. Here's the thing. I asked her during a polar vortex. If you're not familiar with polar vortex, what happens is the North Pole splits in half and slides down to Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And people boil water and they throw it up in the air because it turns into powder. But sometimes they don't throw it away from themselves because they're stupid. Here's the thing. During a polar vortex, I turned to her. We were in our car. She's like all bundled up, like just, it's so cold. It's so cold. I said, well, why did you pick Chicago? And she goes, I wasn't planning to stay. Your father. And there was an expletive between your and father, just so you know. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure in the 1830s, there were 19 Mexicans in the state of Illinois. I'm not sure how they counted them. I know it was a voluntary thing, like showing up at the post office, like, is there any mail? I don't know how it works. By the 1900s, there were trains taking Mexicans to Chicago in order to work in the canneries and in the slaughterhouses. And I'm sure they came in April. Same trick my mom fell for, was like, it's so pretty. And then it got cold. So Chicago now has the second largest population of Mexicans in the United States, second only to Los Angeles. And we're all still confused as to why we live here. It is, and part of it is the Cubs. So thank you so much. I'm hopeful that we are moving in the right direction. By the way, I just want to tell you, I don't know if you're aware, but our numbers are going up in Chicago, and in my neighborhood, the positivity rate is 8%. So
yay! Practically Tennessee.
Yay! Yeah, I'm in the middle. Hey, everybody. Hey, Taylor Mason is here, everybody. Thank you, Patty. Let's hear it for Patty. Clap for Patty, everybody. Hey, look, you can look in now. Here, they can see you. So here's Taylor, everybody. He just finished the show. I mean, hey, Brad has COVID. Yeah. I think I've gotten COVID. Luckily, I'm 2 weeks after the vaccine, so I'm fine. I'm just giving it to everyone else. By the way, Patty, I was in the band hair farm for 2 years, so that's kind of funny.
I wish I had done.
That's great.
I wish I had, because I'm almost. By the way, I'm almost 50, and people didn't believe that my hair is not colored. So I'm just gonna keep doing this till I turn gray. I'm just gonna keep growing it up. Yep.
What, the kids can't have gray hair? Why not? You can have gray hair. So
I know.
Hey, it's gonna get real loud in here. So Steve, I'm going to go to you and you do something because I'm going to mute myself and go to you. Okay.
Well, what's funny is we've been enjoying Patty and Keith and Lauren. And as it's been going on, I realized nobody's talking about April Fool's Day. I mean, we have a couple little references to it, but it's like it didn't happen. And so while you guys have been doing your very funny stuff, I've been coming up with another top 10 list. It's crazy. Because while Patty's been making fun of her Mexican mom, very tasteful, and while Keith has been making fun of every race, nobody has been making fun of the people at Fox News. So, second top 10 list category tonight, top 10 April Fool's jokes at Fox News. Oh boy. And yes, right, I programmed it all in the past 8 minutes. Here we go. Number 10. Change all the T's to F's on the office door nameplates and giggle when Tucker Carlson comes by.
Yes.
Number 9. Hire a fact checker. Tell him, start with Carlson's office door. It's a fact. All right. Number 8. Pretend to be a headhunter from Entertainment Tonight and leave messages on Bill O'Reilly's machine begging him to come back. Number 7. Tell 45 you're throwing him an inauguration. Tell him it'll be at Carnegie Hall. Give him the address to a Denny's in Jersey City. These are the top 10 April Fool's jokes at Fox News. Number 6, hire a team of lawyers to convince Laura Trump that she agreed in her contract to wear one of her father-in-law's wigs on the air at all times. That was a long one, sorry. Number 5, sign up to bring the snacks to the Q meeting. Arrive with Dum-Dums, Fruit Loops, Airheads, and dip. Dip. Enjoy dip. Number 4, tell Matt Gaetz he's getting a show. Thinks he is. Okay. Number 3, tell Laura Ingraham that Matt Gaetz is getting her show. Number 2, enjoy Laura's inevitable psychotic meltdown while Fox viewers don't notice a difference. And the number 1 April Fool's joke at Fox News, tell all the on-air personalities that Rush Limbaugh left one of them his Medal of Freedom, and his will stipulates that they'll have to fight to the death to see who gets it.
Everybody, it was 2, I can't believe it, 2
It's
actual,
crazy.
bye folks, thank you very much. The audience is leaving as we do this, so thank you very much. Okay, so Steve Goodie, everybody, it was a double top 10. I can't believe it. So, okay, hey, we have had a fantastic show. I'm sorry there's stuff going on behind me. Let's hear it for Keith, everybody. Keith Ellis, amazing, everybody.
Thank you,
And
guys.
of course, goodbye, folks. Thank you so much. And we had an amazing Lauren. That was beautiful. That was fantastic.
Brad, I have a question.
Patty,
Brad, why do you have a yarmulke hanging from your ear?
That's right. I don't know. Just as people walk by. So okay. So now, before we go, it's time for the worst joke of the week. So here we go. Okay, we'll wait till these people. Thanks, guys. We'll have a great night. Thanks. Thank you, man. All right. So okay. So here we go. If you can hear it. Good night. One more people. Goodbye, folks. Thank you. Sorry, it was a big crowd. Tonight. Here we go. Here it is. The worst joke of the week. So Arkansas governor, now let me get the name right. A. Holison. Is that who that is? I'm sorry. Asa Hutchinson signed a law that says doctors and medical people can refuse to treat LGBT patients. But on a good note, they said that bakers are required to do a cake for their wakes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Terrible, huh? Yes. The mostly Republican state legislature said in a statement, "Take that, Nas X." Okay, so I don't know. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a fabulous show. Thank you so much. As soon as we play the Thursday song, we're going to go off of YouTube, and then I'm going to drive home. We'll say hi to everybody. Have a great night. Thank you again, everybody. Let's do the Thursday
Thank you,
song.
everybody. Thank you, guys.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all the wonderful
Good night, everybody.
family
Thank you
traditions
so
that
much
people
for coming.
associate with Thursday.
I'm doing the show. I
Thursday
do
comes
the
but
show.
once a week, but do not shed a tear. 'Cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year. And every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with Milk-Bone, Spam, and Pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday.
Bye-bye, YouTube. Thanks for coming.